United States has a new president. Nothing happened yesterday which was not expected. Yet the Indian markets were nuked or rather trumped. And in the huge calamities that we saw today, everyone literally forgot that there's a result season on. Now there are few things to observe about today. Nifty 1.4% down, that's not a big deal. Trading range of 2% also, we have seen that many times. What was peculiar today was the up and down large movement in Nifty. Literally Nifty covered 5 to 6%. And till now I am not sure whether this was the Trump factor or the Sensex expiry or the results or combination of all of these. The complete bunch of stocks on this dashboard was down, and this too on high volumes. The volumes actually picked up tremendously after 2:30. One factor which probably spooked the market at least one sector earlier today was that Geo Financial is entering the broking business. There was nothing new. The entire set of AMC, they fell in a heap, especially for some reasons Motilal Oswal. Now one thing is there that if Geo is getting into broking, why would BSC, CDSL, CAMS and KFin Tech get worried? And I'll tell you one more comedy on top of all this. Geo Financial itself was down 6% today. That is after crashing the entire AMC pack. Now Railways, which was reflecting a bit of mood change for the budget, that fell in a heap. The cuts were not very big. The good thing is investors were not throwing railway stocks on the street. Defense also, the cuts were there. The cuts were big but not very big. Volumes were high. This sector also probably will be first to bounce back whenever there is recovery. And since it's a result season, one of the biggest results expected tomorrow, HDFC Bank. We'll talk about it in the Nugget section, and I'll talk about my specific views. Why I think HDFC is not looking good right now. In fact, for maybe 1 or 2 quarters. Indices were bleeding. Nifty was no exception. Only 8 stocks were up. At the top, we had Apollo Hospital, JSW Steel, HCL Tech, Ultratech Cement and BPCL. Crude prices are below 80 right now. So oil marketing companies are a little up. Reliance back to bottom, giving it company were the heavyweights ICICI, SBI, TCS. And trend today fell in a heap. 5% down. Next 50, the lone warrior was IOC. Everything else was red. And what was down most, the stock I covered in the Nugget yesterday, Zomato. Only a tail, very few sectors making money right now. We have telecom at the top now, and sectorally only 3 sectors were up today. The beautiful trend of 5 days is broken. Now one thing to note is today most stocks were in perfect harmony with Nifty movement. This is a rare phenomena. Ahead of its results on Saturday, ICICI was singled out today, 3% down on rocket volumes. Not a single stock in green in Bank Nifty, and Axis Bank hit yet another low. And even after today's bad day, Kotak Mahindra is in green. I haven't looked at the results of Karur Vyasa, but that was up. Everything else was red in the private sector banks. Not a very different picture for the PSU banks. Everything down. There is no update, but Motilal Oswal plus Kalyan Jewellers pack was again thrashed and taken to the cleaners today. 8% down for Motilal Oswal. Each and every insurance company was down. The big boy LIC is in the red. And microfinance sector, which has been sulking for a quarter, today's Spandana Spurti was up 5%. This circuit is getting revised very dynamically. Today the circuit is revised to 5%. This Nasdaq number is as of Friday. Besides that, each and every company in the IT pack was down. Zomato dragged Swiggy down with it. 9% down for Swiggy also. I don't think this fall in Zomato and Swiggy is going to stall here. That is primarily because of the commentary that Zomato has no plans to turn green. Telecom gave up all the gains from yesterday. Auto all red, and the volumes today were high on exits. My investments in defense yesterday in the ETF, they turned red on the very first day. That's because each and every stock in the sector was down. What would poor ETF do? Day 1 minus 2%. The China factor vanished today in metals, and that is what I've been saying. This is a very fragile sector. I've rejigged the stocks a bit. Now we have Brent and USD at the top here. This is all of producers. These are the marketing companies, IOC, BPCL, HPCL. Since Brent is down 2% at 79, this OMC pack was dancing today, and the producers along with Reliance and ONGC here, they were down. The power pack continues to bleed, and there are a lot of red stocks here. And I am not expecting bad results at all from any of them, including the Adani pack. Energy prices in the country are stable, raw material has been stable, any cost increases have been passed on to the consumers already, and last quarter both crude and coal have been cheap only. We have one red in pharma now, Cipla. Sugar sector cracked. In the edible consumption, Varun Beverages continues to bleed. It is not yet red but going down rapidly, 2% down today. In the non-edibles, the fall was highlighted by Trent and Kalyan Jewelers. This entire section is red. Associated alcohol fell after creating a lifetime high today. Tata Consumer was green, otherwise entire Tata Group was red. Hindenburg is gone, but still Adani Group continues to bleed, and big reds. The dashboard, of course, will not be pretty at all. Today, in fact, was very bad. Most of these indices are now at 6-7 months low. FIDI data is still not out, but I would not expect this to be kind at all. FIs probably would have sold a lot in the morning, maybe bought back a little in the evening. Net would have been negative only, maybe 5,000, 6,000 crores kind of number. Net number, I don't expect it to be very high. DIs would have absorbed a little only, not the complete lot in my expectation. Otherwise, markets would not have cracked like this. And European markets are not looking that bad. It was India specific problem. FIs are moving money out on the markets and standing outside the door right now waiting for the budget. They will jump out if the budget is not good, and that day rupee will bleed. Maybe cross 90 in 2 days time. VIX is at near 6-month high, nearing the August levels. June 4 was the highest for the year. That was the election result day. My trades for the day, there are no trades, neither bought anything nor sold anything. Markets were too volatile and didn't want to exit anything today. HDFC Bank. First of all, the relative standing, the PE of HDFC Bank is 18.59, is comparable to ICICI Bank, and SBI has been always lower than these two. Though it is a part of Bank Nifty, Kotak Mahindra is also similar to these. It is picking up a little now with the stock prices. Axis Bank usually is lot lower, and then the PSUs, the next year Bank of Baroda, PNB, they are way lower. Even Canara Bank, IndusInd Bank used to be high, but it has lost its sheen in the last 3-4 years completely. Now HDFC Bank is very complex group. The HDFC part is merged with HDFC Bank. Yet you have HDFC Mutual Fund, that's a separate website. You have HDFC MC. Then you have HDB, which is the microfinance or rather the retail finance arm. It does a bunch of stuff that most NBFCs, other NBFCs do. And then you have HDFC Securities. These two companies are unlisted. HDFC Bank is trying to list. Then on the insurance side, you have Ergo and HDFC Life. It is a very complex organization. There are different websites for nearly each and every business still. There is a concept called One View for the customers that is completely missing for HDFC Bank. Now there is one thing that most people don't know, that HDFC Bank, its market cap is right now 12.6 lakh crore. The investments of HDFC banks in companies like HDFC AMC, HDFC Life, ICICI Axis, Airtel, Infosys, NTPC and so on. There are about 300 companies. This investment today is worth about 5.25 lakh crore approximately. Nearly 50% of the market cap of HDFC Bank is the investment portfolio. This was inherited mostly from HDFC when HDFC was acquired or merged with HDFC Bank. This is a very interesting piece because the core business, the operations of that is worth about 6.57 lakh crores only. Now if you look at HDFC Life as an example, its P is 76. ICICI is higher. Core digit is higher. Yes, they are lower also. LIC is a paltry 12.7. This reflects the growth expectation. Market is expecting ICICI Pru to grow higher. If you go to the AMC part, HDFC AMC has a rich P, 36. Motilal Oswal of course has fallen from about 20-21 P to 13. Nippon AMC is comparable. 361 has the highest P and that is green. Nuvama Wealth also is 25, it is less. Note that most of these AMCs have fallen a lot of late. This is the view for HDB. They do literally everything. Why would you want to do everything outside HDFC Bank? Because this is an NBFC business. A mix of microfinance, Bajaj Finance, Muthoot Finance. They do everything under the HDB umbrella here. Now I want to highlight one or two examples about HDFC Bank. I had an account with HDFC Bank account, and that was linked to a demat. I wanted to open an OD. I opened an OD here based upon my FDs. And when I tried to use those ODs for HDFC securities, it was not allowed. You can't use OD to fund HDFC securities, apparently. So my RM said, sir, open a new account. I opened a new account. I kept a balance here of 1 lakh rupees. Then he said, sir, I am not able to link this. It is not possible to change the account in HDFC securities. I said, what is the solution? He said, sir, close this account, open a new HDFC securities account linked to this account. As a solution, what I did was I opened an account recently with Motilal Oswal, and Motilal Oswal points to this old account. So Motilal Oswal is able to easily pick funds from the OD account, not a problem. So I can buy stocks on OD via Motilal Oswal through HDFC. It is allowed. HDFC will not give the same money to HDFC securities. This is the kind of process mess up in HDFC that no one is willing to solve. Now what will happen is they will lose this account. I don't need it at all. And that entire business is going to Motilal Oswal, could have gone to HDFC securities. No one in HDFC Bank cares for these kind of things. So the problems, one is it is FII owned heavily and there is no promoter. Favorite punter stock for FIIs, they will sell it when they want, they will buy it when they want. There is no one to save HDFC Bank. It has a big brother and high-handed approach. You try to take a policy from them. They need least of reasons to reject it. Same with home loans. 99.9% is a failed score if you want a loan. They will reject it after 10-15 days, and then you would have lost time also. Once you have one or two such cases, you don't want to ever go back to HDFC Bank for those products. At least that has been the case with me. I no longer go to them for any policy or any home loan or any loan rather. They lose customers after one or two such bad transactions. The general perception, it is the safest, largest bank, so people want to keep money there safe, especially senior citizens. As a result, it always gives you 25 basis points less than usual other banks. That money is no longer there. Cheap CASA is no longer there. My HDFC Bank RM can still not do much about HDFC securities or my home loan. He has to talk to someone else and get things done. Now HDFC Bank is right now at a support zone, approximately speaking, 1650 levels. After that, the support comes roughly around 1450 only. If there is a further fall, then there is at least 200 point kind of fall looking there. It is in oversold zone, but in a falling market, the falling knife phenomena, this could continue for a while. Shareholding pattern, be a little careful here because I've seen FIs play around with this number a lot. December shows increase in FIs. This is positive. I think March number FIs would be around 45, 46. They would have sold. DIs have sold right now and they would have been buying right now what FIs have sold. This number sadly is always old. This does not reflect the chaos around result time at all. Quarterly results, I can go through the English and maths part of it, but frankly in such a large group these numbers are very easy to manage. I would expect the revenue to be somewhere around 85,000 crores and the net profit somewhere around 19,500 crores, maybe a shy short of 20,000 crores. The EPS as a result will go up around 24.5, 25 approximately. I don't think this is going to be a big bang quarter. Even Kotak Mahindra result number wise was an okay quarter, not a great quarter. It just that the expectation was too low. So I'm not expecting a big result. In fact, next quarter, because of the large fall, the investment values would have fallen a lot for many stocks. Remember, next quarter result will be the annual results. So if markets don't stabilize, next quarter could be bad for HDFC Bank as a group. So tread with caution here, especially if you intend to take new positions at this stage, thinking HDFC Bank has fallen a lot. I would probably wait for markets to stabilize a bit before investing, rather buy it a little higher, then probably take the huge risk right now. Hope this was useful. Use this for only educative purpose, not for investment decisions. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow.